Hello, amazing artists. Today we are going to be adding hair to your mask through these little holes that I punched out last week. So today we're going to be adding hair to your African mood masks. This one I think I did as happy. So if you can still tell what your mask is, that is pretty good. What kind of mood your mask is in, then that is a pretty good thing. If you can't, that's okay too. If you have not finished painting, then I will have markers in the classroom so that you can finish in markers. However, we are not going to be having paints anymore, so you're going to have to do that in markers instead. Today is only about hair, and I will be showing you several different ways to do hair and several different materials that you can use for making your hair. So I hope you have fun. I hope you have enough time to finish all of your holes, because every single hole has to be filled with one thing, at least one thing. Sometimes it's two things, sometimes it's more. If you want to fill your hole with all of the same kind of thing, that tends to be what looks best on an African mood mask. However, if you want to put a different kind of thing in each and every hole, then that is totally up to you, totally your choice, and you can do that. Okay, so let's get started. Oh my goodness, I got so much stuff here. So, I just put in nice little hairs for this guy. This is an African mask from Africa, South Africa. And he didn't have any, he had these holes pre-drilled, but I did have to put the hay in them for him or her to have hair. So he or she has long hair, I decided. I'm gonna set that aside. You do have some hay to use. Not many kids choose to use the hay. This is also called raffia. You can cut it in shorter pieces. These are really super long pieces. If you want them to stay super long, you could just leave them super long. So what you do is you fold it in half like this in the middle point, or as close to the middle point as you can get. And then you put it through the hole. So I'm putting it through the hole right here so that it comes up on the other side. And then I'm opening up that loop because that's the halfway point. So it is a loop. And then I'm gonna put my fingers through the loop, grab all that hair and pull it on through, okay? And then you can just leave it like that, or you can tighten it up if you like so that it is coming out of the top like that. This, if it's too long, like that's really long, you can trim it. You can use other parts. If you want really short hair, you could trim it right here and use these parts over and over and over again if you want. That is hay. If you want to use hay, or raffia is what we call it. Now, most people, and probably the easiest thing to use is these pipe cleaners, or they're called chenille stems. They're fuzzy, they're long, and they're wiry, so they stay in place in a way that's really cool. Being that they're hard and stiff, a little hard and stiff, you could still bend them pretty easily. Being that they're mostly stiff, they're easy to put through the holes, and I would suggest putting 2 at a time through the hole. Now, when you put it through the hole, you're going to want to put it about halfway through. So do you see how half is on this side, half is on this side? So then it's halfway through. I'm bending it away from the mask. So it's bent like that. It's bent right here. And you can see how it's going away from the mask. It's going that way. Okay, then I'm going to take my pincher fingers, pinch, pinch, pinch. I'm going to pinch right here on the mask, but as close as possible to the edge. I'm going to take my other pincher fingers and I'm going to grab it right here and pinch right next to the mask. Don't pinch way up here. You want to pinch right next to the mask, and then you're going to twist and twist and twist 3 times. Okay, so then it is staying there. It is not going to come out. What a lot of people do, unfortunately, is they put their tooth through, they put it halfway like this, and they put it up like that, and then they think they're good. They think they're good to go. But if this gets jumbled around a lot, this just comes right out. And it's not fixed on there, and then you end up having no hair there. So what you want to do is you want to pinch right next to the mask, pinch right next to the mask, twist, twist, twist 3 times. 3 times, okay? And then it will stay there. I also have these things that are called telephone wires, because this is actually what telephone wires used to look like. And now they sell them as art materials because they're outdated. So just like the chenille stems or the pipe cleaners, you want to put them through a hole 2 at a time. You should have 2 per hole. And then you want to put them about halfway through. So you see half is on this side, half is on this side. Okay, and then I'm going to bend them up like this, away from the mask. It's going away from the mask. I'm going to pinch right there. I'm going to pinch right next to the mask. I'm going to twist how many times? 1, 2, 3. 3 times. Okay, so you can have raffia or hay. You can have chenille stems or pipe cleaners. You can have telephone wires if you want, or twisties, I think they're called in the craft world. You can also have one more thing that is much harder, so much harder, but it's so pretty. So this is a ribbon. I have it cut into like a point on one end, and I'm gonna see if I can even do this. This is gonna be a challenge, no doubt, to get this through because it's such a big ribbon. So I have a little point through. Do you see how I got that little point through? Now I'm gonna grab that on the other end and pull pretty hard, trying not to rip my mask at the same time. So this big fat ribbon that I have here, you do not have to tie it. You do not have to do anything if you don't want to. However, if you do put it in like a bow, it's gonna look real pretty. So let me just see. And then your mask can have bows for their hair if you want. If you want. Look, that's pretty. Aww. Or you could just have one of these and just have a bow in their hair. So that is one option. You don't have to tie this at all if you don't want to. You could tie it just in a loose little thing, like you're tying your shoe, the first part of tying your shoe, and then you could have hair like that. That's fine too. So if you want to do that, I have different, like this is probably half the width of that. So this is going to be easier to go through. It is easier if you cut the ribbon on an angle so it has just this little part that can go through the hole, and hopefully you can grab that and pull it through the hole if you want to do ribbon. So, and I have some ribbons that are really, really skinny, so you can easily do that. Okay, so those are your options. Now, when you are done, you can't really do much with this except cut it. But these two that are bendy, you can do a lot with these. So if I take a big marker like this and I want to curl this hair, I'm going to go ahead and go around my big marker or whatever you have in the class that is round. Oop, I don't want to get it caught. And then it goes round like that. So you have curly hair. If you want to have crazy hair and you want to have it zigzag, you just bend bend, and then you have a zigzag line, but now it's zigzag hair. If you want to just have it all curling in, you can bend it into any shape that you want. If you like triangles, bend it into a triangle. You could have it as a triangle. And that goes for this telephone wire too. Do I have a pencil somewhere? Nope. But I have a paintbrush. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap it around my paintbrush for a nice tight curl. I'm going to go around and around and around and around. And then I have nice tight curls. You don't have curly hair, you always wanted to have curly hair, well, boom, there you go. You have curly hair. Okay, so you can do anything that you like with these. This is probably the most popular one that most kids use because you can shape it into anything. Then this, then that, because the ribbon is kind of hard. So those are your options. You have to fill each and every hole with something. Usually to make it look the best, to make it look like you've really planned it out, kids usually use the same kind of thing in each and every hole, but you don't have to do that. Like I said, it's yours. You get to do whatever you want to do. Okay, good luck with hair today.